Somehow, I doubt that the rocket pack is the future. A flight limited to a few hundred yards, at best, isn't quite what I'm after. But one thing is becoming clear. To build a viable personal flying machine, you need to be very smart, quite unhinged, and just possibly a bit suicidal. Time to head for Japan. If people are willing to strap rockets to their backs, what about something else, like a helicopter? After all, a helicopter first flew over 100 years ago. It occurred on the 13th of November 1907, when this plucky Frenchman, Monsieur Paul Cornu, clambered aboard his new contraption, took off and climbed to an altitude of 1 foot, where he remained for 20 seconds. Here is a picture of his helicopter. Monsieur Cornu was, in fact, by profession, a bicycle manufacturer. Can you tell? Nowadays, helicopters tend to be large and bulky things, but I'm here to see an altogether smaller strap-on chopper. The smallest helicopter in the world. It's the mind spawn of Gen Yanagisawa, who used to design cars before turning his attention to the backpack helicopter. This is the 4th generation model, which now includes a luxurious seating option. And in keeping with the Zen philosophy, it's amazingly simple. Now, a normal helicopter would have a tail sticking out of the back here with another smaller rotor working in that plane, and that is necessary to stop the whole thing spinning round and round uselessly. This doesn't have that. What it has instead is 2 sets of blades that contra-rotate, because this cancels out torque reaction and gyroscopic precession, i.e. the spinning uselessly round and round effect. On a normal helicopter, the pitch of the blades, that is the angle they make relative to the air, is variable and controlled by a very complicated bit of metalworking up on the top. Here, though, they are simply fixed and held in place with a couple of bolts. Instead, the whole engine and rotor assembly moves around on this sort of compass gimbal arrangement at the top, and that means that in order to steer, all the pilot does is push this one way or the other, a bit like he might on a hang glider. It becomes very, very instinctive, and this is all in the pursuit of simplification, because come and look at the controls. All you get is the throttle lever off an old lawnmower, a few buttons and a few switches. That's it. None of that multitude of levers and knobs that you normally get in a helicopter. It's brilliant. Time for another fearless lunatic. Here he is. It was with some trepidation that I watched as he strapped himself in, or strapped the helicopter on, if you prefer. The key to its compact size are its 4 tiny yet powerful engines, each weighing about the same as a large chicken. So it's like being held aloft by 4 chickens, each with the power of 10 horses. You might think that the pilot's flight plan is a little conservative. That's not because he's afraid, although he should be. Because it's a prototype, regulations prohibit him from flying beyond this small area. A surrounding network of high-tension power lines ensures he sticks to the rules. That's rather excellent. Can I sit in it?
Sure.
Sorry. What's the highest you've been in it?
Personally, because of the regulations in Japan, about 5-6 meters off the ground.
And what's the highest it would go above sea level?
I would say about 1,500 meters.
Really? Would you do that?
Not now.
Why not?
We're working on a ballistic parachute, and I would want that before I go that high.
I think that's a really excellent idea, the ballistic parachute. Call me a doubter if you like, but there's always been something I haven't really liked about helicopters. And I think what it is that they seem to beat the laws of physics into submission instead of just collaborating with them and flying naturally like a proper aeroplane does. Helicopters make such a meal out of flying. However, having said that, I really would like to have a go in this thing.